What if the song that changes your life was actually stolen from you? And what if the world didn't believe you wrote it? This is the story of Power Ballad, a film about music, fame, betrayal, and a song that was never meant to be a hit in someone else's hands. We begin in Ireland, not in stadiums, not in spotlight, but in a wedding hall. Loud music, dancing guests, champagne everywhere, and in the middle of it all, a wedding band called the Bride and Groove. They are not rock stars. They are not famous. They call themselves something much sadder: human jukeboxes. At the center of this band is Rick Power, played by Paul Rudd, a man who once had dreams. Big dreams. He was once a songwriter in a rising rock band called Octagon. Back then, he believed he would become someone. But life changed everything. He fell in love with a woman named Rachel, moved to Ireland, and started a family. Now he has a teenage daughter, Asia, who doesn't care about his old music at all. To her, it's embarrassing. To Rick, it's everything he lost. But something inside him still refuses to die, because every time he sings at weddings, he still imagines a stadium full of fans screaming his name, a dream that never fully left him. But everything changes one night. A high-class wedding, rich guests, luxury venue, and that's when Rick meets him, Danny Wilson, a former boy band star played by Nick Jonas. He was once famous. Now he is fading, trying to rebuild himself as a solo artist. That night, something unexpected happens. Danny gets on stage and sings with Rick's band. The chemistry is instant, electric. After the wedding, the night continues. Drinks, music, cigarettes, late-night silence. Rick and Danny end up alone together, and for a few hours, they are not rivals, not strangers, just two musicians chasing something they both lost. They jam together, they share unfinished ideas, they laugh, they connect, and Rick plays something personal, a rough, unfinished song, something he has been working on for years, called How to Write a Song Without You. Danny hears it, and something shifts, but nothing happens yet. They part ways, and for Rick, it feels like just another forgotten night. But what happens next will change everything. 6 months pass. Life moves on. Rick is still playing weddings, still stuck, still invisible, until one day he is walking through a mall. Normal day, normal crowd, but then he hears something, a song playing in the background speakers. At first, he ignores it, but something feels wrong, too familiar. He listens closer, and his blood runs cold. It's his song, the song he played for Danny that night, but it's different, polished, perfect, massive production, a hit song, and it's everywhere. People are singing it, dancing to it, streaming it, and the name on it is not his. It belongs to Danny Wilson. Danny has turned Rick's unfinished song into a global hit, without credit, without permission, without acknowledgement. Rick is stunned, shocked, but then comes anger. He tries to tell people, but nobody believes him, not even his own family. His wife Rachel thinks maybe he misunderstood. His daughter Aja even sings the song casually at home, without knowing it's her father's work. That moment breaks something inside him, because the world is singing his pain and calling it someone else's success. Rick reaches out to Danny, but something blocks him. Danny's manager steps in, a cold, controlling man played by Jack Rayner. He shuts everything down, threatens legal action, warns Rick to stay quiet. And just like that, Rick becomes invisible again. But now it's worse, because now his voice has been taken, not just ignored, erased. And then Rick realizes something. This isn't just about money. This isn't just about fame. It's about identity. That song was a piece of him, and now the world belongs to it, but not to him. And that's when Rick makes a decision. He is going to Los Angeles to find Danny, to confront him. Rick travels to Los Angeles, but he is not alone. His loyal friend Sandy goes with him. They arrive in a world completely different from Ireland. Bright lights, massive houses, cold energy hiding behind luxury. And finally, Rick sees Danny again. Now Danny is famous, confident, living in a Hollywood mansion, surrounded by people who tell him he is a genius. But something feels off, because Danny is not at peace. He is trapped. Trapped by fame, trapped by expectations, trapped by the lie he told himself. Rick finally confronts him, and what follows is not loud, not explosive. It is human. Rick asks for the truth. He doesn't want revenge. He wants acknowledgement. Just one sentence. Say it was mine. But Danny hesitates, because if he admits it, everything collapses. His career, his image, his success. And for a moment, it feels like Danny might break. But instead, he chooses silence and lies again. But the truth has already started eating him alive, because Danny knows something Rick doesn't. The song was never fully his either. He didn't create it. He shaped it, polished it, sold it, but the soul of it came from Rick. And that truth becomes unbearable. Meanwhile, Rick begins to realize something painful too. Even if he wins, even if he proves everything, nothing will go back to how it was, because the song is already in the world. It belongs to millions now, not just to two men. And that's when everything builds toward a final confrontation, not of anger, but of truth. The final confrontation happens. Rick stands face to face with Danny. No music, no stage, no audience, just truth and silence. Danny finally breaks. He admits it. The song was Rick's, but it was also changed, shaped into what the world loved. And that creates a painful realization. Because ownership in art is not simple. It is not clean. It is not fair. Rick doesn't scream. He doesn't fight. He just stands there. Because something inside him changes. He realizes something unexpected. The song still exists because of him, even if the world doesn't know it, even if his name is not attached to it. It still came from him, and that truth hurts. But it also frees him. Danny, meanwhile, is left empty, famous but exposed, because success built on stolen emotion never feels real. Rick returns home, to his family, to his life. But something is different now. He is no longer chasing validation. He understands something deeper. Art is not just ownership. It is release. Once you create something, you let it go into the world, and the world decides what it becomes. The film ends quietly. No big victory, no revenge fantasy, just understanding and acceptance. Because Power Ballad is not really about a stolen song. It is about identity, about how fragile it is, and how easily it can be taken, or transformed, or misunderstood. And in the end, the real question the film leaves us with is this: if the world loves your creation, but doesn't know you made it, does it still belong to you? If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more movie explanations, and tell me in the comments, did Danny was a villain or just another broken dreamer trying to survive? See you in the next video.